opening statement.
Well, that was easy. It was just a tremendous college basketball game. Oral Roberts is a worthy champion. They played tremendous all year. And just came out last few possessions, could have gone either way. But the good thing is we did it the way we're successful. We got 2 stops at the end of the game. But these guys have worked extremely hard, and the Lord has really blessed their efforts. And so I just think we played to our identity.
Questions for the student athletes? Down here in front.
Aaron Viner, Western Courier. Tommy, Wednesday against Nebraska Omaha, after the game, you said anything less than going to the championship game is going to be a disappointment. You're there now. What are your thoughts?
Get another one. Get another win. I mean, we played our hearts out today against a great team. We're blessed to come out victorious. I think we work so hard in practice every day. I think we deserve it.
Garrett Conley, Western Courier. Ciola, you missed that free throw in the last step. What was your thought of the last 7 seconds trying to get that final stop?
Well, I mean, that's our identity. I mean, we've been a defensive team, all year, and we came up with key stops. I missed a late free throw in the game, but I mean, all 5 of us dug in. We knew we had 7 seconds to stop them from scoring. And I think Terrell got a hand on the ball, and that was the game.
Todd Rupp and Denver Boys. Terrell, talk me through that jumper to take the lead there in the last couple seconds.
I mean, I just backed him down. That's my signature move. I just backed him down and I turned around and I shot it. I thought he hit me on the elbow, but it still went in. I was just happy.
Guys, it seemed like 90% of the arena was rooting for you guys. Can you talk about the feel, the atmosphere that was going through the arena?
I mean, it was a great crowd. I mean, to have, finally have, a big crowd on our side was great. I mean, I think we really preached about, David and Goliath in this game, how we, considered the underdog, but, we're a core team and we believed in each other, that we had, faith. Just come out there, we knew as long as we just played our identity and stuck together, anything is possible, and I think we grounded it out at the end. Fed the big man, he was, very dominant down there, and he's been dominant all season, and he showed off today, hitting the game winner. I mean, it's great to have a big man like this on my team.
Terrell and Ciola, both of you have been saying all year that your goal is to make the NCAA tournament. You're one game away. What are your thoughts?
I mean, like Tommy said, we just got to win one more, 40 minutes, and we'll be there.
We're just taking it, we took it one game at a time. We started off in Norfolk State, great team, stuck together, got that out. Oral Roberts was another great team, the best team in our conference. So we had to grind it out, stuck it together, and I think, me, Tommy, and Terrell as leaders of this team kept believing, no matter what the score was, just kept grinding and grinding. Got defensive stops and came out victorious tonight.
Great question over here.
That Hawk WXOU Radio, you guys have really come a long way in the last season, really gelling together as a unit. What do you think it is about this team right now that allowed you guys to come together so quickly and get this far?
We all love each other, man. We're all good friends off the court, and that chemistry you can tell on the court that we always know where each other's going to be. So it makes it easier to have fun and like every player that you're playing with.
And I mean, it started over the summer. We was working out together. We had sand workouts. We was all pushing each other, just trying to make each other better. And when somebody down, somebody will pick them up. So it started in the summertime.
I just think we had a lot of motivation coming in. Last year with the season not going, going our way, and so I said we had a lot of doubters. And I think that kind of pushed us and motivated us, to keep striving to be the best that we could be. And just kind of, it's finally starting to pay off. I mean, everybody's together. Like Tommy said, we love on each another. We're like brothers on and off the court, and it's great to, to be in this situation.
Down here in front.
Tommy, you guys were up 7. A few minutes later, they were up 8. Morrison seemed to be scoring at will. What did you guys say in that timeout? Get the game back together on your side.
Just to stay together and keep fighting. He's a great player. He makes some really tough shots. I just tried to make them tougher for him so he would miss them, and luckily he did. So we all stick together. Defense is our principle. That's what we do at the end of the day.
We got time for a couple more questions from the student athletes. Any more? Right down here in front.
Terrell, no, today wasn't exactly your day with the reboards, but what do you have to say about Gabru coming in and picking up some of the slack?
Oh, I mean, it was big for Gabru to come in. I mean, like, we practice against each other every day, so like, he make me better and I make him better. And at the time when I need a break or when he gets in the game, he got to step up. So he just got to stay fresh. And I think it was real big for us for him to come in and step up like that.
Last one.
Guys, can you talk a little bit about Obi and his job? Because he, especially coming down the stretch, hit a few clutch free throws, hasn't missed a free throw all tournament. And can you just talk a little bit about what he's meant to the team?
I mean, in my opinion, he's one of the the best freshmen in college basketball. I mean, I've always told him, he's a veteran for our team, no matter he's a freshman. I mean, it showed throughout the season. He's been a leader too for our team, just as a freshman. Like you say, he's stepping up, making big shots down the clutch. I mean, he's had the opportunity to guard some of the best defenders, and I think he's playing very well to be just a freshman. I just hope he keeps building on it and just keeps going.
Okay, thank you guys. We'll go ahead and dismiss the student athletes back to the locker room. Thank you. And we'll go ahead and continue with questions for Coach Molinari.
Coach, you always prided your team on defense. Keeping a team like Oral Roberts scoreless for the last 4 minutes, that really epitomizes that.
Right. I think what we started to do was, Morrison's a very tough matchup because he's agile and tall, and he jumps over us, and we put a bigger guy and he goes around him. So we started double teaming him a little bit up Pearson. We started running at him and started doubling his ball screens and tried to make someone else beat us. So I think that was one of the adjustments we made that helped us down the stretch.
Coach, how proud are you of this team, considering where you were a year ago?
I'm proud of our team. I think that I'm proud to be Western. I'm proud of Western Illinois. I think it's a place that really cares about students, so we make our program do the same thing. And I think our guys love it at Western. They understand it's a special privilege. I was telling them, in relationships, if you worry about your rights more than your responsibilities, that relationship's dead. And I think all year they've really worried about what the responsibilities are. So, and those times in the locker room are precious. That's what you enjoy about coaching. Yes, you enjoy it, but to see all that hard work come to fruition and get a big win, that was terrific to be a part of.
Coach, you have already played Oral Roberts twice before this, both close games, double overtime at home, close game on the road. What was the team's mindset coming into this?
I think playing a team like Oral Roberts, first of all, you try to stay in the game. You're not going to dominate that. The way we play, possession-oriented. But I think we went to shoot around today, and we talked about what we had to do. We had a plan. And stop transition, that's why we get no offensive rebounds, because we don't send anybody, we just go back. Stop transition, try to take away threes. We can't give up threes because we don't score enough. So, they only had 2 threes. I think that was a big situation too. So those are things we talked about and try to take care of the ball. And I can't say enough about Ciola because you know what it's like to play 40 minutes and have one of the great competitors in college basketball, Rod Pearson, guard you. That just takes a tremendous amount of toughness. And so I think he did a heck of a job.
Other questions? Okay, we'll go one more here.
Coach, what do you think it's going to be like for your team playing in the championship tomorrow?
Well, every game's an empty end to itself. These last 3 teams we were 0-6 against. So, either of those teams out there we haven't beaten yet. So, and I don't say that negatively. I just think we have to look at it and figure out the situation, what we have to do. But we'll go back and see. That'll be a great high-fought game, and whoever we play. So I do have one thing though. I asked the ref when Gabru made that basket, and he hadn't played much of it, so he was yelling at me. I was asking the ref, and you get a technical for the guy yelling at the coach. So did you see that? He was so excited about that. So, but I thought Gabru gave us a big lift, and I want to make sure I mentioned that too.
Okay. Anything else, Coach?